Okay, good morning. Welcome to dual credit orientation. There should be a form going around. Everybody needs to sign in so that we know that you're here, so we don't have any attendance issues for today, okay? So I'm gonna get this thing started. I'm gonna introduce, today we have with us the GBC team for dual credit, and this is Carrie Meisner, Learning Commons Director. Thank you.
Hello, college students. Are you excited to get started with your college courses next week? Woo! Right on. Okay, so today we're going to provide you with some information on how to start strong in your college classes and stay strong throughout the semester. My name's Carrie Bruno Meisner. I'm the Director of the Learning Commons at GBC. I oversee dual credit, library, testing, tutoring, and our career center. So if you have any questions after the presentation or during the presentation, just let us know, okay? Presenting our first slide, we have Jason Brick. He will help you throughout the semester with ways to stay successful. So if you ever run into problems with anything, you can get in touch with any of our team members here, Jason, Heather, and Olivia, and we will be happy to help you.
So starting out and taking your first college class, or maybe this isn't your first, but you're continuing on, there's a few things that always work. One is just to participate in your classes. There's different modes, and we'll show you in a little bit of class and what a class may look like, or at least part of one. Whatever they ask you to do for the class, there could be a discussion board, there could be a response, there could be a paper or other things that you use. Just make sure you're participating and staying active in that class. Keep track of how many times a week you're participating in the class. Don't let it go too far. The best thing to ever do is ask questions. A lot of our professors have office hours right next door on our campus. The other ones have virtual ones if they're not in the area. But you can email them, you can give them a call. It's a great practice to do. It's a great thing to do before you're really, really needed if you are stumped with something. But if you see an assignment and you're just not sure how to approach it, or you have an idea, if they give you a wide open one, what I always have a hard time with is just picking a topic if it's wide open. So if you want to flesh that kind of thing out with them, approach them, and then you'll get to know them, and it'll be good practice for you. And the best thing is just to keep up on your assignments and when they're due. They will have due times that are maybe late at night. They'll have due times that are maybe over the weekend. So you just need to keep track of those things, keep your own calendar, and however you've kept your times already, add something new to it, try something out this year, but make sure that you're really aware of when all those assignments are due, and challenge yourself to turn those things in early, not on time, because sometimes on time turns into late. If it's late at night, the internet glitches, things like that. So work on your own times and make sure you get some things in early.
One thing that I wanted to add on to what Jason said is even if you are taking online classes, you can still walk to GBC and attend office hours and meet with your professors on campus if they're located in Elko. So even if you're an online student, you can come to campus anytime you want. If you want to use the library to study, you're welcome to, or just go over to the cafe over lunch, you're welcome to. All right. Now, one of the big things that we want to cover today is how to access your classes. Now, for those students who have already taken dual credit classes, can you raise your hand? Okay, so this is going to be familiar to you. But I want you to help your fellow students who haven't logged into GBC classes before, okay? Because this can be a bit of a roadblock, and that's why we're covering it today. So there are 3 different apps that you will, or icons that you'll be seeing frequently. The first one is called Authenticator. This will allow you to log into your GBC apps, and you'll need your phone to do this. The second, with the 4 colored squares, is called My Apps. This will provide access to your GBC email, to Canvas, and other apps as well, like My GBC. And then the third icon is Canvas. This is where all of your course materials will be located. Even if you have an in-person class with English 101 or History 101 or English 107, many of the resources for the class will be located in Canvas. You'll be turning in almost all of your assignments through Canvas. If you don't have the Authenticator app on your phone, if you want to use this QR code now to download it, you are welcome to. So you'll need this to access your GBC classes. I still see a few people accessing the QR code. Is it giant? Does it fit on the screens? I bet the folks in the front row, are you having trouble getting it? Or yeah. Well, we can make sure you get it, so you can come up afterwards if you need it, okay? All right, once you download the Authenticator app, you'll go to gbcnv.edu, and in the top navigation bar, there are a variety of important access points, including My Apps, which is located in this navigation bar, and I have it circled and an arrow pointing to it. So you'll go there, and from there, you'll scroll down to a big blue button that says My Apps. And then you'll need the Authenticator from there. Okay, if you have problems with the Authenticator or accessing your classes, please contact the GBC Help Desk. Take a photo of that information so you have it handy, okay? So get out your phones again, take a photo of that, and please get all of this worked out before your first day of classes, okay? So the rest of this week, and work on getting access to My Apps and getting the Authenticator and logging into Canvas. Your Canvas classes won't be active until Monday. So actually they become active at 11:59 p.m. on Sunday night, but you'll be able to log in Monday morning, okay? So make sure you go through these steps beforehand, because then you'll get it out of the way, okay? So that's being proactive. All right, Jason, do you want to cover the next few slides?
So once you see those classes, and like she said, you're not going to see them until the day of classes start. And we have had, because people are checking things, if you don't see a class that morning, don't panic, give it a little bit of time that day, and it would maybe still appear. That's happened a couple times. So these campus classes, though, these Canvas classes are the way that you're going to see your assignments. Even our in-person instructors like using these. They do show when you turn things in. They have a timestamp for that. That's good for you and good for the professor. Your course content, your resources, your readings, the discussion boards, every little thing that you're going to have is going to be on there and hosted there. So if you take your time and look through it the first day, you're going to find everything that you need there. It's going to be the way that you can communicate with faculty as well. And I already said, but it's something that you just need to look at every day. This is a good thing just to not think about one day, and then it turns into 2 or 3. So make a habit of logging in every day, checking your due dates, seeing if there's anything that slipped by you. When you see one, this would be a typical page on the left, you can see a lot of different things. It says modules. There's an arrow that says syllabus, and that's the key to a class. The syllabus is going to tell you what you expect in a class, the way it's graded, the way you turn in assignments, the expectations for every part of the class, and the way that you're going to be not only graded, but how you're going to participate in the class as well, and how the class is going to interact, and it's going to hopefully, and it should, answer all your expectations for what the class would be like. Also in there you can see this, and this says course summary. You can see the due dates here. On the left side there's an arrow, and it says the date there. So that one says, if you can't see it, it says January 31st. And then on the right side it says when it's due. It says it's due, it's 11:59 p.m. So if you're doing a time test and it starts at 10 and it takes 2 hours, it's due at 11:59, make sure you're, like I said earlier, making plans of how you're going to tackle all these things. Professors don't get together and they don't say, well, you do all your due dates on Tuesday, I do all mine on Wednesday, and we'll do all those on Thursday, and they don't spread those out on purpose. So it could be that if you have a couple classes, you have a lot of things due at the same time. That's possible. That doesn't mean you have to wait till the end to do all those things at the same time either. So space those out on your own if they're not spaced out in your 2 classes well. So if you're struggling, you do everything that we just told you to do, and you're still just not getting it, something's not happening, go back to that communication with the professor again. That's your key. There's the content expert. They know the material. They're the one grading you. They're the key for that. But also we have some other things to back up, and they may refer you to as well. We have tutoring services, and if you just go to tutoring@gbcmv.edu there, we'll get some tutoring information out to you. We have tutoring for quite a few things, and Heather and I are, and it's a new role as a student success specialist, and just helping students adapt to college, and as you're taking college courses, do more of a one-on-one approach to make sure that you're very successful. And we do have an email at success@gbcmv.edu, which we think is going to be active here in the next couple days, maybe not yet. So please reach out to us though. We can help you. We're on campus as well, and we're another person that you can come visit. If those office hours for your professor are just not possible for you or something like that, we can give you advice as well. Other things that you have for resources at GBC is we have a Disability Resource Center for accessibility. And so if you have disability-related needs that help you access your classes, you can talk to our Disabilities Resource Coordinator, and there's a separate process for college than there is for high school. So if you have a 504 or an IEP and you have something that gives interventions, you have to have a separate process for the college. And the way you access that is to start that process, and it's similar but not the same thing. You go to gbcmv.edu/disabilities, and there's an initial form that does an intake, and it gives you an opportunity to send in the forms and the documentation that if you've already been through the process, you would already have. One thing we have, for those that have 6 credits, if you're currently enrolled in 6 credits, we do have a fitness center over at GBC, and you can sign up for that, and it is for free. You just have to go into this and log in and make an account. So if you go to that campusce.net/gbcmv, you can get an account. They have a lot of things over there. They have a basketball court. They can set up pickleball courts. They have a rock wall. They have a weight room. And they do host classes in there as well. That would be an extra, but they do host classes in there as well. So there's lots of ways to get involved with GBC even now. And we have nice spaces over there now. We have our fitness center, and if you do need access, we have our Disabilities Resource Center.
Okay, a few very important dates. On August 31st, that's the 100% refund on drop courses. So if you are taking a course the first week of class and decide it's not a good fit for you for one reason or another, you can get a 100% refund at that time. On September 7th, that's the 50% refund on dropped courses. But the most important date on this slide is the drop date, and that's October 30th. This is the last day you can withdraw from classes and receive a W, okay? So if you are not doing well in your GBC course, yeah, make sure you talk to the counselors and figure out a plan so you can get on course recovery and try a college course another time, all right? But if you're not doing well, this is the last day you can withdraw. And you must withdraw not only at Elko High School, but you must withdraw formally from GBC. Okay, so you have to go into my GBC or talk to admissions to make sure you withdraw from the course. This is essential to know, okay? You must talk to GBC and officially withdraw there. And then after you withdraw, you have to go into my GBC to make sure that class is no longer on your schedule. Okay? I'll be sending reminders to Elko High School and your counselors to remind everybody of this date. I know last year your VP had announcements sent out to make sure students know this very important date. However, I am hopeful that everybody is going to be super successful this semester, and hopefully this won't even be a concern, but I wanted to make sure it's on your radar, okay? Tiffany, did you want to add anything there? Okay. All right, so just a quick summary about how to be successful in your GBC courses. Whether you're online or in person, stay active in your class. Ask questions, communicate with your professor, stop by our campus, ask questions. We have lots of wonderful resources here with our student success specialists and Olivia, our recruiter, and you can always reach out to me. If you have questions, always ask. And then work smart. You guys are college students now, and you will be treated like college students. Get your work in on time, okay? If you're going to be traveling, guess what? All of these assignments can be submitted through Web Campus. So if you're traveling, it's not an excuse. Get your assignments in. The beauty about online courses is you can submit your assignments or complete tests from anywhere, all right? So it's really, really important to get your assignments in on time and do your best to not ask for extensions, all right? You're welcome to take a picture of this. My email address, along with our success coordinator, success specialist email, the success@gbcnv.edu will be activated hopefully sometime this week. All right, so if you are struggling in your classes or just need advice or, to ask questions, reach out to either me or the success email.
So we're really happy to have GBC here to be able to give you this orientation information, but I just want to add a couple pieces. So I'm just a reminder, I'm Mrs. Williams, one of the vice principals, and myself and Ms. Talbot and the other counselors have worked super close with GBC over the last couple of years to get you back into the flow of trying some of these college classes. But I want to reiterate a couple pieces. Please, when she talked about a syllabus, that's not a joke. This isn't the same as the high school syllabuses that you guys ignore that are on Canvas or Google Classroom. GBC's, I know when I worked there as a part-time instructor, I had to submit my syllabus to the department head and it had to get approved. And so it's like, I always say, it's like your little Bible. You need to make sure you print it, you have it, you look at it frequently, know your dates. And then when, I can't remember your name. Jason was talking about deadlines as far as times when you submit it. Do not all of you sit at 11:59 and try to submit something, because what happens is everybody then tries to clog that system, and then all of a sudden yours shows 12:01 a.m. and you're late, and some instructors will not accept it. You definitely want to make sure that you are communicating, and that's one of the pieces that I saw last year. I had some students coming in panicking their first week of college. I want to drop it. Don't do that. Like talk to your instructor, find out what's going on. Don't just give up. You guys have taken that journey. Talk to your counselors here at the school. Like, let's work through the process. Don't just say, it sounds like it's way too hard, I can't do this. Because that to me shows your character, like push through and try it. That doesn't mean you can't get out of the class. It's just that it's a little scary the first time that you go up there and you start hearing the way the professor talks is different than the way high school teachers talk. So it is a different feel. So if you haven't taken a college class before, or you've taken one that's been online and then you're in person and it's different, it's gonna be different from professor to professor, from college to college, but it's serious. We want you to be successful. So listen to the little pieces that they told you, but the communication is key. I know when I was a teacher at Spring Creek, I remember one of the kids came to me and he was not communicating with his professor, and then when he did, it became very combative through emails, and I kind of stepped in and said, okay, if you want the professor to listen to you, this is how you need to talk to them. He changed his tone, and all of a sudden, everything switched, and he ended up doing well in the class. So you've got to learn to communicate, all right? And I know you guys know how to email. You learned that through the COVID times, but you need to communicate nicely. Make sure you're being professional about the way you communicate, and you don't want to be demanding, like, you will do this. I want you guys to stop and think about, this is the college world now, all right? But I'm really proud of all of you for stepping into this and trying, and I don't know, it just makes my heart happy when I start thinking about that you're stepping into that adult role and you're giving yourself a leg up because you have extra resources. Your counselors here at the school are fantastic. They're great resources to help. I'm more than welcome to, I will help you if you need to ask me questions. And then again, your staff over at GBC is, they've been great to work with to make sure that you're successful in this endeavor.